Bronco fans. Last game against the Steelers. Sorry, I gotta take this off. Last game against the Steelers. We won. Just saying. It was like 30-19, I think it was. Ended up finally being. Anyways, who cares here? Here we are, week 2, facing Atlanta, and Green Bay won the other night, 23-10 against Chicago. We play tomorrow, Denver does. Oh, excuse me, not tomorrow. Monday at 8:30. And that is not Mountain Time. That is Pacific Time, I think. I have no idea, actually. But anyways, we're going to check out all the stats. And fantasy, damn. Peyton Manning. I'm not even kidding. If you have Peyton Manning, get him. If you don't have him, get him. I mean, come on. Let me see. What was his stats? Well, if we look at players category in fantasy football right now, all available, all players all together. Go. Matt Ryan. I'm sorry. We play Atlanta tomorrow, and Matt Ryan and the Falcons have a great pass game. That is going to be a great game because we have a good defense, the Broncos do. That interception, too, that was great by the Broncos. 32.46 points for Matt Ryan. Okay. Peyton Manning is over here with 20.42. That is not bad at all. And my quarterback, Cam Newton, only got 10, but that doesn't matter. Who cares about Cam? Anyways, if we look at the stats, Peyton Manning found to be very useful. I mean, 19 for 26 attempts, 253 yards, 2 touchdowns. Willis McGahee, 4-yard average, which is normal. 5 to 6 usually is normal. 4 to 6, it's all normal. 16 carries, 64 yards. Lance Ball, 2 carries, 14 yards. I don't know why Marino's not in there. Marino scored one of the touchdowns. Anyways, Demaryius Thomas, 5 receptions, 110 yards, 22 average, and 1 touchdown. Look at Eric Decker, 5 receptions, 54 yards, 10.8. Okay, now we look at Michael Turner, who's a rusher for the running back for Atlanta Falcons. He's 11 carries, 32 yards. That's awful. 2.9 average. Matt Ryan had a better average than him. He had an 8.3 average. Matt Ryan, for passing, had a 23 for 31 with 299 yards. Almost 300 yards passing. That's almost 40 more yards than the Broncos. And he had 3 touchdowns. Julius Jones, 18 average, 2 touchdowns receiving, and 6 receptions, 108 yards. Roddy White, 6 receptions, 87 yards, 14.5 average. They're averaging everything higher. Now, if you look at the stats here in the standings, San Diego won their game, Oakland lost, Kansas City lost, Broncos won. So, us and San Diego are in first right now. Tampa Bay and Atlanta won. Carolina, New Orleans, are in bottom of the NFC South. And the yards per game, total yards per game, the Broncos, 334 yards. Falcons, 376 yards, so that's a little more. Passing yards per game, it's 240 for the Broncos, 292 for them. We didn't get the ball at all, though, if you noticed during the game against Steelers, because our defense was on the field the entire time. Our defense had to make the stops, and they kept getting called for those stupid fouls. Our defense is good, give it that, but they're not great. They're decent. They need to get better. Falcons D, I mean, they're in like 26th place. They're not very good, so we don't have to worry about. Rush yards, 94 for Broncos, 84 for Falcons. We didn't run the ball as much than we passed either. So, I mean, that's quite a bit. So, you're looking at the offense, and they win because of passing yards, but we win because in the sense that we didn't even have the ball the entire game against the Steelers, and the Steelers had the #1 D. The Falcons played Kansas City, I think it was. Kansas City is awful. I'm sorry, but they are awful. They have a run game, and they have a receiver, Andre Bowe, whatever. I don't know what his name is anymore. And that's about it. Their defense, not so great. They're not very good. And Jamal Charles got injured a while ago. That was last year, I think. So, you know, like, this will be a defensive game, and obviously the Denver has the better D. And unfortunately for the Atlanta Falcons, their offense is better than ours, but they played the Chiefs, not the Broncos. And we have a way better defense than them. I actually am going to give a slight edge, not a full, not a good edge, because it is pretty close because the Atlanta does have a good offense. I give the slight edge to the Denver Broncos winning by 1 possession. That's all I got to say. 1 possession game. I think there will be at least 10 points for each team. It'll be within 1 possession, 1 or 2 possession, depending. And that's my prediction for the game. McGay, he didn't score very many fantasy points, by the way, either. Thank you. Please like, subscribe, do whatever.